is my 73 Marina Turbo.
A car built for Fast Car magazine in 1993 and was fitted with an 8-valve turbo engine which was capable of 0 to 60 in just over 7 seconds. Over the years it has seen a few upgrades and now has the Rover T16 turbo engine once fitted to the Rover Tomcat. The car, when introduced, the 220 Turbo Coupe was the most powerful and fastest production Rover model ever built. Thankfully, upgrade parts are still about for this engine, so I better get saving.
But first, I gotta fix a few things. Okay, so first up is the air intake on the turbo. Now at the moment, it snakes around the engine bay from the driver's side, right around the back of the engine into the turbo, so it's not ideal. I need to find somewhere to put the air filter that is going to be accessible, able to be serviced easily and out of the way. Now the only thing I'm thinking at the moment is to bring it down into this part of the engine bay where it's behind the headlamp. Hopefully it'll fit. Pipes removed, I can have a look at the back of the turbo, see how far away we are and what clearance we've got for the pipe to come through the inner wing back out to the front of the car, where we either build an airbox for the cone to sit in or we bring it back into the engine bay where we can make some sort of enclosure.
Guess I thought that this was meant to last. Now I wish I was still living in the past. Yeah!
Now this panel goes right into the wheel arch, so we can come out of there, have the air filter here, and then we'll probably put some air holes about here to give it a bit more airflow. But I think that could work pretty well. I need to change one more thing. Here is the blow-off valve for the turbo, which is a recirculating type. As you can see, it's a bit squidgy. When the throttle plate closes, boost that has been built up will divert back through the blow-off valve, up and back towards the turbo. And at the moment it's running on the hot side of the turbo, which is wrong. So I need to change that. And that pipe is really pressured into there, so we need to adjust that length, I think. Typically the part I need to fix this didn't arrive in time, so that will have to wait for another day. I've got the pipe fitted nice and snug against the chassis rail and up into the engine bay. I'll come back and weld in some gussets around the steering rack aperture, as I did cut a fair amount for clearance. I'm happy with that. Thanks for watching so far, but please hit like and subscribe if you are enjoying the content. So what's the plan? Well, these T16 engines have been known to run over 400 horsepower with some effort, but in standard trim can brake spectacularly. Known for breaking ringlands and in most cases melting pistons, I think the best way forward is to opt for forged internals. Add these together with some decent bolts, a composite multi-layered head gasket, and we're well on our way to making this engine ready for some big power. Big turbos are always needed for lots of boost. There are plenty to choose from, but for now I might see how the Max Speeding Rod's Amazon Special holds up. What could go wrong? Yes, I could drop a modern engine into the car, but there's something quite poetic about keeping it Rover and not fitting something from a Mazda or Ford. Saying that, we might do that somewhere else. The Marina isn't the most favoured car in the classic world. It may not be a Ford, VW, Mini or BMW, but it has something all those don't have: uniqueness. A car that doesn't take itself seriously, and that means we aren't following the herd of MGs, Triumphs or Morris Minas. There are still a number of jobs to complete on the car before taking it to the next level, and so if you're interested, stick around. You will see it all unfold here on Clayton Speed.